All right, everybody, welcome back yet again. Buckeye Banter. We got a big game coming up, big weekend of games. So we're gonna do just a quick run through of all the NFL divisional round matchups and dig in a little more specifically with those Brownies. So without further ado, let's get into this episode of Buckeye Banter. Welcome to Buckeye Banter, Sports in the OH. All right. Well, I'm going to start with today's games, and we'll just go in order, except for I'm going to save the Browns until last because, that's where we're at here. Dog pound, dog check. Yeah, everybody, getting ready, pumped up for tomorrow. All right, so let's start with this first game today, 4:35 kickoff. Rams and Packers. Again, I'm not going to go into great detail on these games. I'm just going to give you my quick kind of thoughts. And I think this was going to be closer than people think. I think Goff probably has a bit of a chip on his shoulder after this whole Wolford situation. But in the end, I think the Pack wins. I think at Lambeau, the way Rodgers has been playing this season, this team is going to be tough to beat. And I think that I don't think it's a blowout, but I think the Pack wins by a touchdown, 7 to 10 points in the end. I think they do win handily, but not like embarrassingly. And I think the Rams keep it a game for a while. Or if they get behind early, they make it a game late. I just don't see this one ending with like everyone thinking the Rams were never in it. So yeah, we'll see what happens in that one today at 4:30. And the second game of the day tonight at 8:15. I think this is going to be a great matchup. The Ravens and the Bills. I think again, home field advantage is gonna make a difference. I think that those odds makers know what they're doing. They've got this game at I think around 2.5 field goal, basically saying that the home field is the advantage, and that otherwise it's kind of a coin toss. And I'd say that's fairly accurate. It also depends a little bit on which one of these Baltimore teams shows up. They had a few games where they just weren't quite the team that faced our Browns, both times. And unfortunately, I think our Browns woke them back up in that second occasion. So I still think the Bills do win. I think the Bills hold true. I think they maybe make up for some past disappointments with a late field goal to win the game. And the Bills move on. And then tomorrow we've got what's kind of being called the History Channel playoff game, where we've got Drew Brees and Tom Brady matching up, but this time in a divisional playoff round. So this is the first time for that. As Brady made his move down to those Buccaneers. Again, this one is at New Orleans, and the odds makers again have this one pretty much spot on. That's the advantage. I think the advantage is a little more than just being at home. I think that the Buccaneers haven't proven much in the playoffs, obviously, but Tom has. But Drew and the Saints team, they have a history of doing pretty well in the playoffs. So I'm going to stick with the odds makers more or less. I think they're pretty spot on again. And I think that the Saints win a close one. I think in the end, the Saints team that just has more experience in the playoffs finds a way to win. I think Tom's going to definitely make it a game, but I think the Saints win. Tomorrow. I know, right? I'm picking all the favorites. Big, bold. But it's just what I see, what I think is realistic. And tomorrow are Browns. 3 o'clock. That Buccaneers game kicks off at 6:40, by the way, on Sunday. So they don't have the late game, the 8 o'clock game. It's a little earlier on Sunday. And the Browns are 305, and we get the number 1 seed, the Chiefs. So what do I see in this game? Well, I think the spread is too big in this game. I honestly think we're going to make it a game. I do. I'm not sure we can pull off the victory, but I think that we make Kansas City, really sweat, and maybe they instead knock us off with a field goal. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and say that we find a way and we win this game. That's not what my statistical analysis person says. That's what the fan says. The person who looks at the stats and the person who analyzes, all the stuff is going to look at this game and say, yeah, the Chiefs find a way to win no matter what, maybe blow us out. I don't think they blow us out for sure. I think the likelihood is that they might find a way to win. But I also think that this Browns team is showing us something right now, and looks like Sammy Watkins is not going to play. It's very likely that Clyde Allaire might not play, their rookie running back. I think, last I checked, we have pretty much everyone coming back. Now, let's not get too crazy high hopes on Denzel Ward. I think, based on how long he was out, that it wasn't just a contact tracing issue. I think it was probably that he actually had tested positive. So if that's the case, we have to look at, kind of what was going on with Miles there when he first came back. He wasn't 100%. So do we expect that Denzel Ward is going to be able to come out and play all the downs and be 100%? I don't think so. But do I think that he can make a difference in this game? Certainly. Now, what do I think if the Browns are somehow going to win this? How? That's the question, right? I think you can look at the Raiders game a little bit for kind of that how do you do it? I think the truth of the matter is they only lost one game when Mahomes was playing. They didn't play Mahomes in the season finale. So there's not a lot to look at to figure out how to beat them. But I think that the real key is going to be getting pressure with just the front four. Our linebackers and secondary are not good. And if we have to use those guys to also try to get pressure on Mahomes, it's going to be really hard for us to contain him and to cover these guys. So our front four have got to do an outstanding job. Now, we're down without Olivier Vernon, which is really unfortunate. I think Claiborne is playing pretty well. Porter Gustin has been playing pretty well. Obviously, Myles Garrett is a monster. And those interior guys have been doing pretty well. So I think we got a chance to be able to do that. But that's the key to me in this game. And on the offensive side of the ball, we have to run the ball. We have to make the big plays when we get a chance. I know that sounds textbook, right? But it's true. Like against this team, you can't drop the big play. You can't. Baker can't zip a pass into the flats to a wide open back that he needs to just put a little touch on. Those things we've got to do correct if we want to beat these guys. We got to have less penalties and less turnovers. It's just simple, right? That's like the fundamentals of the game. But if you look at the Raiders and what they did, they got 3 sacks, but they weren't blitzing a lot. They were coming with the front four. They had the same amount of turnovers, and they had a lot less penalties. So, if we can follow a similar kind of, model, we've also got a running game that's better than the Raiders. Josh Jacobs is a great back, but our backs are better, and we have 2 of them. And a great offensive line. So, the Chiefs aren't great at stopping the run. They give up somewhere around 125 yards per game, I think. They're one of the top, bottom 10 in yards per game given up. So there's a lot of potential there for us to be able to pound and ground on these guys. So what we can't do is get behind early and not be able to run the ball. So that's going to be huge. We need to stay with them. We need to stay within 10. If we get down 21 of these guys, it's really hard to come back, You get down 14, it's hard to come back because they're going to score. I think the way you beat them is you score 40 and hold them to 35, So that'll be my prediction. I'm actually going to say Browns 38 and Chiefs 35. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about all these playoff games. Who you think is going to win all four? Leave those in the comments. Like, subscribe, share. Appreciate all you guys doing that. Hopefully, we'll have a big celebration episode talking about a Browns victory on Monday or Tuesday. So more likely Tuesday. We'll see. Maybe Monday morning. Yeah, Monday morning will be good. So anyways, give us a like, share, subscribe. Like I said, let everybody else know if you like these videos, and keep engaging on our Facebook page and Instagram feed. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Go Browns.